the Scarlett Lolo Cooking Show. Welcome.
Hello and welcome to the Scarlett Lolo Cooking Show.
Reputed to aid digestion, spinach has often been named the broom of the stomach.
I'm making spinach that I've just harvested at the allotment.
I'm going to make this spinach with kidney beans, garlic, onion, and the spinach itself.
And some cream at the end. It's super fresh and super delicious.
And we all know it makes you strong like Popeye.
So Sharpie coming into play.
If you're prone to tears, it's always a good idea to wet the board before you start chopping. Somehow that reduces the tears.
I'm going to use a really big pot and I'm going to heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm now going to put in the onion. Okay, the next trick is to chop up the spinach. I'm just going to lay all the leaves in one direction. The fresh food that you get from your allotment will always be a bit more dirty than what you buy in the supermarket,
but tastes great and is full of goodness. A lot of people would argue that a little dirt is very good for you because it builds up the immune system, and especially with children, overdoing it on the hygiene and wiping everything with chemicals can have a less beneficial effect.
Right, spinach is chopped and I'm now going to add the kidney beans to the onions.
So the onions are frying with the kidney beans, and I'm now going to add the spinach.
The name spinach probably comes from the Arabic word isfanach. It is thought to have arrived in Mediterranean borders by the 10th century. It most likely originated in the Caucasus region, such as Turkestan, Persia and Afghanistan, where it was known under the name shamum, as a wild vegetable that was collected wherever it grew.
With garlic, it's easiest to peel if you just crush the cloves a little bit. Today I'm going to chop the garlic really into rough pieces, so I'm not going to make it very small.
Garlic is planted in October or November, and if you have a lot of plants, you can harvest some of it in April and use it like leek, and then harvest the rest later in the year.
Right, in goes the garlic. And the rest of the spinach. And the lid goes back on. I'm now going to add a little bit of lemon juice. 4 tablespoons. When it's all done, I will add some sour cream. Whenever I make spinach, I think of Popeye. Strong like Popeye. Okay, let's see how it's going in the pot. This is looking very nice.
Spinach doesn't take very long to cook or steam. 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. It's rich in iron, but of course most of the vitamins are retained when eaten raw.
Couple more minutes. So that's the spinach done. And I'm going to have some gnocchi with it, which I left over from yesterday. When I start cooking, the first step is look at the fridge, see what needs using. Do I have any leftovers? And then I try to alternate between different starch sources. So one day potato, one day pasta, one day rice, or something else. I do think that variety in your diet is one of the key elements to being healthy. Not eating the same stuff day in, day out. Woo, yep. This is done. The spinach has reduced to about half its size. So you really want to turn it off before the spinach goes brown. You want it more of a green color than a brown color. Again, this is a rather large amount of spinach, so half of that is going to go in the freezer, at least half of it, so I can use quite a lot of sour cream. And sometimes when it's defrosted, I will also add some Parmesan cheese. Goes quite well. Once the sour cream is in, I'm going to turn the heat off. And that is it.
So tonight it's spinach with kidney beans and onions with a side of gnocchi with onion sauce and cottage cheese. Let's see what else we can make with spinach.
I would like to make that connection between growing vegetables and eating vegetables, and I want you to see how the plants grow and how they then are made into meals.
If you can't grow your own spinach, try to get some loose spinach from your local greengrocers.
I've harvested spinach and I've chopped it up, so today I want to show you what I'm going to make with this. And chop some onions. Just going to chop those really roughly because they're going to be blended anyway. Let's put those aside. Okay, I'm putting the heat on. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of butter to the pan and I'm going to let that melt. And then adding the onions. So I'm going to saute the onion, and there is 3 garlic cloves going in. I always like to wash the garlic cruncher straight away. Right, this is looking good. I'm going to add some of the spinach.
Loose leaf spinach from the supermarket in a bag will work just as well. And if you're running out of liquid in your pot, you can add some broth or some onion soup or some vegetable stock.
I like nutmeg fresh from the nut. So I'm going to do that right over the pan. I'm going to put the rest of the spinach on. This won't take more than 5 minutes. So I've now put in the nutmeg and added some extra spinach. And I'm going to let that steam
for just a minute before I turn it over and add the next lot into the pan.
The spinach has boiled with a little water, the garlic and the onion for about 5 minutes and it's looking very nice. So I'm going to add some crème fraîche and also cream, because this is going to be a creamy spinach. And then I'm going to take the blender to it and put it into containers to go in the freezer. Right, that's looking very nice and whizzy whiz whiz. So I'm gonna have a little try out here. Here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is when we need the scrapie. Okay, looking good. Made a bit of a mess.
Creamed spinach is ab fab over potatoes or as a soup.
So, let them cool. Looking good. Looking good.
Give it a go with Lolo. When you subscribe, you can get notifications, so you know whenever there's a new show.